Fredrik coming at you with another video. Usually an upbeat video, but today's video is going to be a little different. I'm going to discuss the governor's new pause for Nevada, the Shutdown 3.0, whatever you want to call it. He calls it a pause, a 3-week pause. And I'll discuss specifically how it relates to the Strip and those traveling to the Strip. So again, my name's Bror Fredrik, local Las Vegas-based photographer, videographer, cinematographer, and part-time philosopher. And it is Monday morning, about 8 a.m., November 22nd. Little gloomy day, and it's a little gloomy news. As of midnight tonight, actually 12:01 Tuesday morning, the 3-week pause, not quite a shutdown, but it is a shutdown, goes into effect. Now, what does that mean for travelers? What does that mean for tourists? And what does that mean for the Las Vegas Strip? Well, here's the news. And as it updates or as anything changes, or if the news that I'm telling you is not 100% accurate, I will correct it. I was going to go live and do this, but I thought the best way to handle it would just make a video and we can discuss it in the comments. And I also want to hear from you as far as what any of the hotel properties have told you or will tell you. So keep everyone informed with that so you can assist in this process. So we're gonna drive down the Strip and I'll tell you what's going on. So, first of all, the occupancy levels for all businesses in the state of Nevada have been reduced from 50% to 25%. And that includes the hotels, that includes the casinos, that includes everything, down to your 7-Elevens and your mini marts and your steak and shakes, everything, including the Strip. There wasn't a division between local and Strip business. So it's 25% across the board. So what does that mean? These places on the Strip here that we're passing right now have been operating at 50% capacity since June. And now they're, for the next 3 weeks, they're gonna go to 25% capacity. Now, that might sound harsh. Of course, it is harsh, absolutely. But you got to bear in mind that some of these places have not been at 25% capacity as far as the rooms go. What's going to be affected more, I believe, and from what I see and from what I'm reading and from what I know, that the casino floors will have more of an issue than anything else, and it is going to be strictly enforced by gaming for the next 3 weeks. Again, as of 12:01 this morning, so we're talking in 15 hours, this takes place. Every business in Nevada, every business in the country for that matter, has a pre-described amount of people that's allowed in a business due to fire code and safety. So whatever that number is, if it's 1,000, starting June it was 500, now it is 250. If the occupancy is 10,000, it is now 2,500. So whatever the approved occupancy for said structure or business is, it is now going to 25%. Everything inside the casinos, the casino itself. So what you're going to see as of midnight tonight is reduced machines where they were allowing a certain amount of people, a certain amount of machines. That is now going to be cut in half and strictly enforced by the Gaming Control Board. So they will be monitored. Now, how does that affect whether you're staying in the casino or not? That remains to be seen, because a lot of these properties, like I said, have not even been operating at 50% capacity, except probably close to it on weekends, but that remains to be seen. So if a property has more than 25% occupancy at it, it is going to have to contact the people who have reservations and make alternate reservations, move them to a hotel that has less capacity, doesn't hit that 25%. So there's going to be a little shuffling. I don't think there's going to be anything canceled. So again, let us know in the comments the emails you're going to start to receive as far as your vacations and your stays go, especially the ones in the next 3 weeks, because this is a 3-week deal. He wants us to get our numbers down. Bear in mind that this is a local issue that we're having here. The numbers locally are high. They're not high at all. They're actually very, very, very low exceedingly low on the Strip. But it's across the board. It's all our businesses. So please let us know in the comments what happens with your reservations. That way we could all keep on top of it. Now, further affecting tourists, travelers, and visitors is, again, the restaurants are at 25%, and they will all require reservations. Now, for the next 3 weeks, there is no walk-ins whatsoever in a restaurant. You just cannot go and say, hey, I'd like to, no. You have to make a reservation. So they're all scrambling for their apps. I'm sure there'll be an app once you get to the hotel or online now as we speak, and you have to make a reservation anywhere that you want to eat. So you have to make that reservation. So make sure you do. So if you are coming to town and you do have plans to eat, make sure you make that reservation. And it's only going to be a maximum of 4 people per table. So keep that in mind too. The bars are going to operate at 25% capacity as well. So don't expect, 50 people. I'm going to turn around right here. Don't expect 50 people, you and all your friends to jam into a bar. It's not going to happen like that. There is going to be lines. There is going to be waiting. It's going to be fairly significant. That has more of an impact on us locals because there'll be lines outside 7-Eleven. There'll be lines outside our Walmarts and things like that with the reduced capacity. That's that significant. A lot of these places are going to start offering takeout and delivery up into the rooms. I know the Wynn already announced that they were going to do, they already planned to do takeout meals for locals and delivered up into the room and around the Strip for Thanksgiving. So they are going to expand that within the hotel property itself. So getting food inside the property will almost be like a room service type of deal, but that's yet to be announced, but I know they're working on it. As far as masks go, the new mask policy here in Nevada is you must wear a mask everywhere, including outdoors. It was never done outdoors. You can see in all the videos, people walking up and down the Strip, some with masks, some without. Now it's everywhere. You have to wear a mask when you're basically walking around if you're in contact with other people. Now, if you're in the middle of the street here and there's not anybody around, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you're just walking around the Strip from property to property, you have to wear a mask outdoors. You have to wear a mask, and this is what changed in the restaurants. When you were seated at your table, you used to be able to take your mask off at the table and enjoy your entire meal without a mask and put it on when you were actually leaving. Now you have to put it on, you have to keep it on unless you're actually eating or drinking something. So if you're waiting for your meal, if you're waiting for your appetizers, if you're in between appetizer and entree, mask has to go back on. So keep that in mind too. So outside, gotta wear the mask as well. Now, he also extended it as a bit of local information. He already extended that to private homes. We are mandated to wear our masks inside our own homes if someone comes to visit us who's not from our immediate household. So if your neighbors come over or whatever, you have a repairman come in, it's not just that he's supposed to wear a mask, but you're supposed to wear a mask too. So this extends into your own house as well. Now, he also said, there's no such thing as the mask police. He's not going to go out and enforce it. He's not going to send the police to round up people on the strip not wearing the masks or go into people's homes or anything like that. It's a mandate. He wants us to do it, but the consequences of not, he holds that power in his hands. He could turn around at any time after this 3 weeks and say, you know what, we're going into a shutdown again. So, you didn't listen. Our numbers haven't come down. So bang, there. He already said the gyms and the rest of the local gyms, the local bars, the local restaurants, and the local hair salons will be the first to go. So, that's going to affect us. The strip will be the last to go. And believe me, I'm very, very cautious of everything this man says, but he says the strip will be the last to shut down if it has to be taken to that big of an extreme. I tend to believe that. There's too much flack, there's too much pressure to keep this open. 25% capacity on the strip is pretty rough. So those are basically the new mandates. I wouldn't call them rules that'll affect you guys as travelers, tourists, and visitors here to Las Vegas. So let's summarize. At midnight tonight, actually 12:01, we're going to 25% capacity in the hotel properties themselves. Again, let us know in the comments if you get contacted by any of these properties and what they have to say about your stay within the next 3 weeks. If you want to go to a casino restaurant, it is reservation only, maximum 4 people, must wear your mask, basically when you're not chewing or swallowing. And again, reservations, but they'll have delivery set up. And masks everywhere, including outside. So when you're walking from property to property and wherever else, whenever you're in contact, whenever you're in public around people, the masks are a must from now on. And this is going to go on for 3 weeks. There's a bunch of other rules. It gets into sports and different things like that. But I wanted to keep this focused on how it affects you guys and gals as tourists. So that is basically the rundown. Keep those things in mind. Feel free to comment again, specifically if you hear from any of these properties. And keep the comments civil. I don't want to hear, don't turn this into political. This is information. This is just a fact that we have to live with and somehow deal with. And that's what I wanted to get out here, because I had so many questions this morning when I woke up as to what exactly was going on. Did a live yesterday up and down the strip, but he didn't speak, and the information didn't get disseminated until about 5 p.m. So as I woke up this morning, this is what I know. I'm bringing it to you as quick as possible, and I just want you to be aware of it. I'll keep you guys informed. You guys keep me informed, and we'll just get through this next 3 weeks, because as he said, he made a lot of talk about, we're just about there. We just have to hang on because, this vaccine's going to save the world, but we're not out of the woods yet. So we really got to buckle down and do our best right now. So that was Governor Buzzkill's own mouth, and that's what's going to go on. So again, at 12:01 tonight, that'll be Tuesday, 1 minute after midnight. I know that confused a lot of people, with the day and the time, but it is Tuesday morning at 12 a.m., approximately 15 hours from now. This goes into effect and stays in effect for 3 weeks. And he's going to continually keep us informed about what the numbers are and all this other type of good stuff. And hopefully our numbers will be coming down. I don't know what the numbers are. I don't know how to quantify them, but he says they're up, so they're up. And this is what we have to deal with as of right now. So we are in shutdown 3.0, pause for Nevada 1.0, whatever it happens to be, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're at, folks. And as you can see, people are already starting to oblige with the masks out in public. So that's going to be a big deal. And again, remember, there is no such thing as the mask police here on the strip. Although, inside the properties, expect them to be extremely strict. You know, we're talking masks in between puffs, we're talking masks in between sips type of enforcement, because they do not want to be closed down and they do not want to be fined. There's going to be some massive fines towards these properties if they get caught not in compliance over the next 3 weeks. He already said that it's going to happen. So expect them to be very, very strict about the regulations inside. So there you have it. I just wanted to get that out to you as soon as possible. Drop questions down below, and we'll all get through this together. And like I said, please keep it civil. I'd appreciate that. If not, they're going to be deleted, but I want to keep this commentary on point. So that is what I know right now. And if anything changes, I'll bring it to you again. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.